tonight, how did it happen? How did someone infiltrate Montgomery County's computer system and hold its data hostage for ransom?
The crime cost county taxpayers thousands of dollars, and Montgomery County is not alone. This is a prevalent crime that happens to thousands of other organizations and agencies worldwide. Tonight, I look at how it's possible and what can be done to prevent it from happening to you or your company in this I-Team investigation ransomware attack. Ransomware. It is information superhighway robbery, and it could lead cybercriminals to a computer near you. According to the FBI, the number of ransomware attacks is up 300% from 2015. It's a global problem local Montgomery County officials are very familiar with following an attack on the county's computer system last month.
It's like the worst punch in the gut you can get to have something like this happen. You feel like you've let everybody down.
That attack, which encrypted the county's data, left many of its departments crippled for days, unable to fully function, which meant you couldn't get a marriage license or file for a homestead exemption on your property taxes. Since the county's backup data was also locked down, the county was forced to give in to the attackers' ransom demands to get its information back. Chief Information Officer Lou Alachi is in charge of making sure the chance of it ever happening again is greatly reduced.
I feel very, very badly that it happened, and I sincerely apologize and want to do everything we can to make sure it doesn't happen again. And I guess the main thing is I cannot guarantee anyone that we've not lost information, but I feel quite certain that based on the type of attack this is and the reputation of the attackers and all the forensics that's been done, that none of our information has been compromised.
The FBI says an average of 4,000 ransomware attacks happen every day. That's because it's big business, a $1 billion a year industry. Montgomery County still hasn't pinpointed exactly where the ransomware penetrated its system, but it's working on it with the FBI's help.
See, these things don't just jump on your computer. There has to be a way in, whether it be an email attachment, a USB drive. There's a way in. And the weakest link in any computer security system is the user.
Blake Easterling is a computer technician with Montgomery Computer Services. He says in the last few years, ransomware attacks have become more targeted, with healthcare organizations, government agencies, and businesses topping cybercriminals' wish lists. Easterling explains how ransomware holds data hostage once it's introduced to a computer network.
The infection doesn't appear when the computer is affected. It goes after non-critical files, documents and stuff that you probably wouldn't notice. And then it works its way up to bigger game, finds the databases, spreads around your network, and before you know it, by the time you realize there's an infection, it's too late.
And if you don't have your files properly backed up, it can cost you. $47,000 was the price Montgomery County paid to free up its data.
There are really two approaches to the security aspect. One is the best security you can have is a good, proper backup. In addition, we're looking at other means of analyzing attacks and trying to mitigate anything that happens, and we've invested about $20,000 a year in some additional services to monitor and halt or capture any malware that it sees.
Even though the FBI is investigating the ransomware attack on Montgomery County, there is little chance the cyber crooks will be found.
The way that they're paying the ransom is a decentralized currency, and it's also it's hard to trace. It's not anything's traceable if you want to put in the resources, but it's called Bitcoin. Bitcoin and Ucash are the two top cryptocurrencies that are involved in this situation. Without a lead or without suspicion of these illegal activities, a guy can do a one-hit wonder like this and probably get away with it if he does everything that he's supposed to on his end and covers his tracks well.
And Alachi says it cost the county in the neighborhood of $100,000 to recover from the attack. That's a revised number from the $280,000 released during a recent county commission meeting. Ransomware attacks have become so prevalent that businesses and government agencies can now buy cybersecurity insurance policies for it. Now, to lessen the chance of falling victim to a ransomware attack, computer expert Blake Easterly recommends educating the end user. That's the person in front of the keyboard. He says only download files from trusted sources, only open emails from trusted sources, and to do your best to protect your main computer entry points.